is our last Sister Wives recording for this year.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We have the wedding.
We're going to react to the wedding?
Yeah.
I think it's been posted already. I think we're late on the wedding. Are you excited? You are looking... Well, let me just start this off by saying you look gorgeous. I don't know what it is in particular, but there's something about you that looks just sort of... It's like there's a combination of sophistication, a little bit of nuance, and humor all wrapped up into one beautiful woman.
Thanks, Dave. You like my new sweatshirt?
I do like that new sweatshirt. Share with the people what that is.
Don't Robyn-splain. Get yours today.
All right, come on. And by the way, this was designed by yours truly. Well, and Canva. I pretty much ripped off Canva, but.
All right.
All right, ready? This is the second look back episode.
I'm sorry, I need a break. Oh, gosh, I can't.
I do like that the producers, nobody, like no one says no stay or no we miss you or where are you going, Robyn? Everybody's kind of like.
She was reminding me of Charlotte from Sex and the City right there.
I felt like I was so inspired. No, he just failed to abide by it, I guess. There just wasn't enough loyalty in the family.
Oh, loyalty with who, Kody? You weren't loyal to any of your wives. You only loved one.
I feel like
as you forgot that you just said I didn't really love the others. So who was the one that wasn't loyal?
He always finds a way to shoehorn in loyalty.
Am I here and open to healing any kind of relationship? Yeah. But I'm also not holding my breath for that.
I trust Janelle, and I'll spend time with her. But I don't foresee having a relationship with Meri or Robyn.
I wish they would go more into details about like their issues with Meri. Because nobody seems open to Meri. But like, why? And like, I need examples because the show didn't give them.
Yeah, right. There's murmurings about it outside of the show, but what TLC has shown has been very limited.
Yeah, I feel like we hear the hearsay, but not what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Just had an appointment with the lawyer about getting a legal divorce. You guys can get married and then try to adopt the kids.
All I can say is thanks.
God.
There's no emotions from Kody about that. It was like, thanks.
All I can say is thank you.
Moving on.
I worry that it changes the dynamic.
As long as Meri never behaves any differently, and as long as Robyn never behaves any differently, nothing will change.
As long as you don't behave any differently.
I won't be.
That's a telling moment, right?
He just seems so, like, fake when you watch it now. He's like...
Like, you think he's maneuvering already to...
He's trying to maneuver right now.
Maneuver to what?
Maneuver Janelle into submission, basically. Like, okay, I guess that's how we're doing it. Like, she definitely has reservations, and I just feel like he's maneuvering.
Gosh, that moment was so painful. It was so painful. I did not want to do that.
It meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to my kids.
Hard life.
I was just thinking that Meri had to do that. Like, Robyn didn't have another baby until she was legally married to Kody. That is interesting. Whereas the other women had babies that when they weren't legally married.
Which I don't get what are you saying?
She protected herself.
She said, Kody, you can't have the milk unless you buy the cow? Mm-hmm. You think?
I mean, clearly.
You think that's why that was Robyn's ulterior motive?
I think she's maneuvering.
That's interesting.
That might have been the beginning of the end, is it was some kind of power trip for Meri to be in that position.
He's so nuts sometimes. Meri was in a power position, and it's her fault that things dissolved. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Then when she wasn't in that position, some weird things happened. She got catfished.
Do you think you've been catfished?
No.
I think you could be catfished. You're catfishable. Which, by the way, is a good segue to the sponsor for today's video, Aura. I'm so excited to partner with Aura on this video. They are an exceptional identity protection service. When you think about your identity being stolen or misused, you probably think about some big event that destroys your credit. But it's a lot more subtle than that often. If you go Google your name, you will find your information all over the internet. And what Aura does is it thwarts the data brokers that make a fortune selling your information. When I signed up, they gave me a list of, I think, 12 or 13 places that had my information, my phone number, my address, all of it. And they go, hey, do you want to delete it? And the answer, of course, is yes, yes, yes. In addition to removing data brokers, Aura also provides home title monitoring, password management, a VPN, antivirus protection, and credit monitoring. It is a really robust suite of services. You know, historically, I have had different services that cover all of those most of those different buckets. But it was always difficult for me to get my arms kind of around how my identity was being protected, what services I had going, and it was expensive. This is a much more affordable and comprehensive identity protection service. Now, because you are a viewer of the PSYCH YouTube channel, Aura is offering you a 2-week free trial. All you have to do is click the link below or go to aura.com/PopPsych. I really recommend you try it out. It's super easy and you will be shocked when you log on and see how many places have your data. I can't tell you how much more comfortable I feel knowing that my identity is protected by Aura.
And it shouldn't have ever happened over a paperwork shuffle. But for whatever reason, she really had some kind of deep connection to that legal marriage.
For whatever reason.
I'm trying to think of what's the word. Like, it's such an absurd position he's taking.
What do you mean it's absurd? It's just, this is, to me, quintessential justification. Explaining away things the way you want to, you know, like...
Agreed. There's nothing sophisticated happening with Kody. But the extent of his, like, the extent of his the fact that he is so unwilling to acknowledge any responsibility is crazy to me. Like, you would think after all of the pushback, after the seasons upon seasons of the show, after watching the clips back, you would think that he would at least recognize that the audience wants him to say something about, yeah, maybe I didn't do a great job. But even with all of the data, he's like still like, I don't get it. It was a paper shuffle. And then after that paper shuffle, she got all weird. But like no ability to reflect on his own behavior.
Well, I just think it's weird because he's a salesperson. And he is not selling this narrative very well.
Well, he did sell it to Meri. And the fact that Meri says, like, even, I mean, I think this is a little bit of cognitive dissonance on Meri's part. Meri convincing herself even today that she's happy she did it is also wild to me.
I would do that again. Because it wasn't about me, it was about the kids. It wasn't even about Robyn. It was about the kids.
He sold it. He sold it to Meri. Meri bought it. Meri did it. Meri brought Robyn in. You know, you could argue Meri appeased Kody by bringing Robyn in. Meri sacrificed her legal marriage on behalf of Robyn and her kids. And now she's reflecting on it and saying, it was for the kids. I would do it again because it was for the kids. And it's like, Meri, no, you wouldn't. Mm-mm. You would approach things very differently if you could do it again. Like, and we all know that. But she has to sort of justify her own behavior. Otherwise, I think she would look back at her life with a lot of regret.
You wouldn't feel comfortable in the middle, like standing here in the middle?
If I'm in the middle, then I become your sole focus. Your connection to each other has to go through me, and that cannot exist.
He was standing close to Robyn. Everyone else had to stand farther apart, and he refused to stand in the middle.
Yeah, when they started, he was holding her hand. If you go back, he was holding her hand at the start of it, and then I think he had some sense to like.
I want them to have a better relationship with each other. I will only hold one in her hand.
But I'm holding on to Robyn.
In love, that wasn't the focus of my relationships in my mind. Love was the focus, but being in love wasn't something I was really that worried about then. When I speak of being in love or just love, they can be the same thing.
Can I just say that if you listen to that segment back, and I don't know if I can keep the whole clip in because it might be too much, and I'll get copyright flagged, but that was the dumbest segment of just him talking and trying to explain love. It's nonsensical.
It's in love, or maybe it is love. Or maybe it's the same thing.
They could be the same thing, you know, but sometimes you're in love because it's out of obligation and duty, and other times someone's easy to love.
It's flow.
It's flow, yeah. Like, what?
I feel like she should have been in the center. He should have been equal distance from all of us.
I want all of us to put our arms around each other, and I want all of us to put our foreheads together.
I didn't watch this episode, but what it seems like is Nancy is doing squat. And I think that's the problem. Like, you could look at it and go, okay, so Kody's stupid. Or, okay, Kody's overly aligned with Robyn, and so Kody wants a different dynamic. But it's the therapist's job to say, if you want this to function in a healthy way, this is where you should stand to each other, right? At some point, the therapist's job is to guide the relationship and not just be like, that's going to be a weird-looking family.
Now, in this moment, I'm going, plural marriage isn't unfair. As long as you can leave. You chose to be in, you can choose to leave. Maybe you shouldn't choose to be in if you can't choose to be committed to it.
What is he, a gang member? Blood in, blood out? Hey, it's a healthy environment as long as you can leave. Yeah, we'll beat you on the way out.
That's a commitment, right?
That is like this, again, the stupidest like logic.
That's the covenant.
That's
the covenant they keep talking about.
Is it?
You can leave anytime.
Yeah. Abusive relationships, totally fair.
Leave.
Because you can leave. Yeah. I may have already destroyed your life and your self-esteem is crushed and you have no resources, but it's fair as long as you're physically able to leave.
I was purposely trying to hurt anybody or trying to get Kody to do something more for me than anyone else.
The wedding dress episode. You purposely did that.
What about the honeymoon?
Yeah, not purposely. Yeah. Having a huge wedding.
What about the getting a special ring just for her and Kody?
What about that?
What about the biggest house?
What about that?
What about the
lots?
The bigger piece of lots. Yeah, the bigger piece of land.
Cognitive dissonance much? Or
I just want to say, I've only watched a couple of seasons of this show, but it wasn't hard to come up with many examples, Robyn, where you got more.
Oh, wait. She's the one that got the nanny. No one else got a nanny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, I'm at a point now where I see the family in many ways as an obstacle to my own goals.
Yeah. Like, what a selfish bastard you are.
Confirmed. What are his goals? What goals are...
I thought his goal was to have a big, happy family. But that's not his goals anymore? I'm confused.
I think his goal may have shifted to...
having a successful monogamous relationship.
Robyn's tail.
Her beaver.
But the whole experience is just heartbreaking to me. Because my life mission was to make this family functional and whole.
But that wasn't your goal. Remember, they were in the way of your goals. That was in the way of your goals. But that's your life mission?
I think he's saying, in fairness to Kody, I think he was saying, my goal was for us to work as a unit. You guys are not working as a unit, and so you're thwarting my pursuit of the goal. That's probably what he means. I mean, I think he's wrong. I think he's an a-hole, and I think that he was too selfish to make it work because he did not stand as the head of the household as he should have. I mean, I think it was his fault, but I think that's probably what he was trying to say here.
She's not making any effort. I'm not making any effort.
That's not true.
Where do you think that puts us?
I think he's a wannabe Nikki Sixx. Do you know who Nikki Sixx is? I think he's the bassist for Motley Crue. But Kody's hair in that last clip there looks just like Nikki Sixx's hair. Like, I think he wants to be a rock star. I think he wants lots of attention. He wants the adulation, but I don't think he's willing to put any effort into making things work.
I agree. And he's a terrible dancer.
Yeah.
When we get together, she has a lot of blame for me. That's not courting me. That's blaming me.
A part of me that admires the hubris. You know, like like when Meri's upset with him, when they're in a disagreement, he turns to her and goes, "What the hell? You're not courting me. And if you're not courting me, then I'm not going to engage with you like in a normal relation. I'm not coming." And I just think like I should try that on. Like today, you're mad at me about not doing the dishes, and instead of being defensive, I'll just go, "Al, if you want this, you need to be courting me and doing a lot less of the criticism."
I challenge you to do that.
I won't, because you're, as we've discussed, you're aggressive.
It makes me wonder if people wouldn't just, who have been unhappy for so many years, wouldn't just leave.
If he was talking to me and about me, he should have said, "Hey, Meri, this is not going to work for us."
The mental gymnastics that Meri did to convince herself that that marriage was going to work, or that he was the right guy, or that it was about other people, I mean, it was pretty significant, right? Like, how do you not connect the dots?
You were married, but I don't know. She should have connected them earlier.
He gives me a little bit of a girl party, Kody. We do have a tendency to have more fun when he's not there, though.
You.
They were just being fun. They were literally just being fun.
And this is, by the way, if we go back 2 clips, this is what he was wanting.
Yeah.
He wants these women to get along.
Remember, he wanted the circle.
Yeah. He just wanted to be part of the circle.
Yeah. Ugh.
Finally like that other woman enough to be her friend when I'm dead? To really care about her children when I'm dead?
He doesn't believe himself, does he?
I think he does. But like this, I mean, this is like a narcissistic injury. Like, wait a second. The center of the party's not going to be there. You guys cannot be happy.
No, because I am not there. Fuck you.
Whatever. I tried so hard for you.
She called me a coward because I was never willing to break up with her. It's because, well, you're not really allowed. I'm the prisoner here. I can't just go, "Hey, I'm done with you."
I love how he always turns it. It's actually me that's the victim.
Mm-hmm.
I am the prisoner. I don't love any of these people, and I am in prison of my own doing.
Once we've committed to marry a woman, the choice is gone.
Yeah.
Unless it's Meri, then you have a choice.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you just let him die on the vine.
You put him in pasture.
Yeah.
Out to pasture.
Yeah. You build him a barndominium.
Let's move on to clip 17.
Okay.
This one's going to be tough.
Okay.
This producer is the Eeyore of producers.
This one's gonna be tough.
This one is going to be tough.
The sacrifices that I made to love you, wasted! What teed me off, I think, was Robyn kind of groveling to Christine. It's like, "Are you going to be our friend? Are you still going to be our friend?" I'm like, "Why are you even wanting to be her friend?"
Narcissistic injury for Kody again. And him exploding.
If I've been rejected, there's no chance of us.
You other ladies should not be even let her go.
Nobody like her. Nobody can like her now.
No loyalties here. When we talk about loyalty, it's only to me.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
I didn't try to prevent Kody from getting married again. I just don't even remember her wanting to marry Kody. It's just a lie. I'm sorry, that's just a lie.
That's in Cody's mind. Like, there's lots of
there's
lots of
why
hot
didn't
babes.
he marry her before Christine?
Yeah. So the story is there was this woman I was really into.
But Christine begged me.
Christine, who I didn't really like, and I only married her because of the church. Christine said she wouldn't marry me if I married this other girl that I was in love with. So I ignored the girl that I was in love with, married Christine, and then you're not going to believe it, Christine still didn't want me to marry that first lady.
So crazy.
Crazy. And like Christine's like, she didn't know your name. Can I say one? Can I just give one critique of the wives? Is I do feel like Kody, at least that what we've seen, is Kody gets away with saying things like that, and they don't push back on him.
It's the dynamic, because they all want his favor. They all want to be like Robyn, and so like, do you think Meri really wants to be crying and she just wants to be in the Kody and Robyn club,
right?
Which she just admitted to.
Yes.
And if if Christine hugged her, she'd want to be in that. She just wants to belong. And everyone's afraid to say what they feel because, you know, they don't have a speak up culture.
They do not. This is not a psychologically safe environment.
No.
You're right. But I feel like as a concept, I mean, essentially what you're describing is Kody emotionally controlling them. Mm-hmm. Right? He is coercing them into being submissive. But it's like, as the audience member, you're looking at it going like, I wish someone would say, hey, dickhead, don't tell me that it's a sacrifice for you to love me.
I think it was a sacrifice to love him and his abs.
Cody feels like it's my responsibility to facilitate this relationship between he and my children.
I think as the parent, it's your job to actually be more of the adult in any situation with your kids.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
I think you've said it a bunch of times.
I agree with me.
I agree with you. So does Christine.
From the beginning, Meri and I had a lot of problems. I couldn't fix them. I didn't know what to do. Divorce wasn't an option in my world. Diluting the relationship was the only option I had.
Diluting the relationship was the only option I had? That's why he became a polygamist? Jeez.
Good at taking accountability.
God, this
I feel
guy.
like if I was your therapist, Kody, I'd have to help you walk through taking accountability for actions. You struggle with any sort of accountability at all. And I think it's hampering your relationships. What do you think?
I think there's some evidence of that, yes.
There are no victims in this family other than our victims of our own choices. It's sad. Sadness makes me angry.
That should be therapist merch. Sadness makes me angry.
Oh my gosh, that would be really good. Well, it just reminded me of that book you gave me about identifying emotions a long time ago. I feel like he doesn't know how to identify his emotions very much.
Yeah. Well, I think sadness is uncomfortable. I never feel sad. I just go to rage.
We screwed up. We screwed up so bad. All of us.
I think you should pinpoint your screw up, Robyn. Mm-hmm. Can you pinpoint yours?
So...
That's a good point. I don't think I have heard, not just here, but over the course of the entire show, have you ever heard Robyn in any episode of Sister Wives acknowledge any...
No.
Take any accountability?
No, and I think we should start with the wedding dress. You screwed up big time there.
Or how about the kiss before they got married?
Also a screw up.
We let jealousy drive us. We let selfishness drive us. We failed. We're all going to have to live with that.
That's a hell of an ending from Robyn. I like that. The director, producers did a good job ending that.
Yeah, but also, like, I wish she would have examples of her own personal screw-ups.
Yeah, she used we. She used the royal we a lot, and I don't know there's a ton of accountability on Robyn's part.
Can you have your own examples? Because I feel like I have some.
Still to come on Sister Wives.
Oh my God,
I'm getting married! We get married in 2 days.
I feel like we do have to watch it.
All right, I'll watch it. This worked. What are you going to say? Oh, what?
And that's that. Robyn, let's hear your answers. And Kody. Janelle, give me a call. Let's be friends.